Hey guys, it's Sophie here from the Highbury squad. Thanks again to Lee and Dan for giving me the opportunity to talk on their epic channel. Arsenal v Norwich. Firstly, I'd like to say if you see me sweating like swine, it's because I am. I'm in the middle of Arizona and it's about 106. But let's be honest, most Arsenal fans were sweating like swine ahead of this Norwich game. We had fear and trepidation. All we wanted was to walk away from this game with 3 points. But I think some of us also wanted to see an improved performance, to see our players be engaged in the game, fight, have tenacity, be a little bit more aggressive and bolder. And I think with some of the players, we did see that. Now, did Arteta take the handbrake off? No, not entirely. Can we be better creatively? Yes, absolutely. Did we even create enough chances? No, we didn't. Were we clinical with our finishing? Absolutely not. But here's the key. For me personally, I did see a slight improvement because of the players that came into the game that had a little bit more than some of the players that were on offer in our first 3 games. They had 3 days to practice together, 3 days of training post-international break. So when you look at the game overall, you would say to yourself, you know what, I'm happy that we got the 3 points. And we've all complained a lot as well about not having the rub of the green, the luck. And today we got that. We hit the post twice and then it bounced off someone and Aubameyang got to tuck it in. Was it offside? Maybe. But how many times have we complained about those types of situations going against us? I thought the crowd were great today. They got behind the team. They believed in the team. They stuck with the team for most of the match. And there were some players that we've just signed that I thought already made a really good impression. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. Are we the finished article? Not even close. But when you're at the bottom of the league and in your first 3 games, you haven't won any and you haven't even scored a goal, you could not afford to lose to another newly promoted side. If we had done that, the toxicity level would have been sky high. Even if we'd drawn the game, everyone would have had their knives out. And look, at the end of the day, sometimes you just need 3 points. You need to breathe. You just need to get that win. You need Aubameyang to get a goal. So maybe after that, the floodgates can open and he could be the Aubameyang of the last 2 seasons that we had seen, where he'd saved the team and driven us to an FA Cup victory. That's the Aubameyang that we want. And to be honest with you, this is the first game in a long time where I've seen Aubameyang engaged, fighting, tenacious, running, hustling, leading. I haven't seen that Aubameyang in a really, really long time. And I think he deserves a little bit of credit because not only was he trying to put himself in positions to score, but I think what he was doing off the ball was just as important as what he was trying to do on the ball. Let's talk about Ramsdale. Ripped to shreds by Arsenal fans online when we signed him. This is a guy that dreamed of playing for the club. He took his grandfather's ashes to his contract signing. We need players who will wear the badge and have pride in wearing the badge. We've been screaming for it for a really long time. And I know this is 1 game and it's Norwich. But at the end of the day, this is what we've all been asking for. Players who want to play for the Arsenal Football Club. Ramsdale had confidence, he was bellowing, he was commanding, he was absolutely playing with 0 fear. When he dropped his shoulder and he nicked that pass with the attacking player coming towards him, some people say, I don't want him to do that. But you know what? He did it in his first home game without fear. And it worked. And if it hadn't worked, he would have probably got killed. But the fact that we have a player who's coming in goal and replacing Leno, hopefully, to be able to do that and have those guts, I think that just shows you the type of player that he can be long term. Ben White, really good with his feet. Yes, he needs to improve aerially, but he's got Gabriel next to him, a total beast, a defender of, I don't know, he's got old school vibes about him and new school technical skills about him as well. And I think they complement each other really well. But Ben White's passing is sublime. I actually think, and you can shoot me if you want, but I think he's going to be better than like John Stones and Harry Maguire. I see him a lot more technical ability in him than Harry Maguire. And I feel like he's going to be someone that we can rely on for years to come. Tomiyasu. How long did the guy have to train with the team? He comes in, he plays bold, he plays fearless, he gives it. Could have scored a spectacular goal on his debut. So when we look at those elements and the continuation of seeing Lokonga and how he's like a top shelf, high-end type of mustard player, I think those are things to be positive about. I'm not an Arteta fan. I think he's been garbage in the Premier League. I think he's gotten away with stuff. I think that today the team probably won despite him, not because of him. I think the players came out fighting. And Kevin Campbell always says on the Highbury squad, when you cross those white lines, it's the players. Well, you know what, Kev? Today, I saw a little bit more in these players. But you know what? If Thomas Partey is fit, he's got to play every single game. Because when he comes on, you feel like there's a sense of relief. You feel like when someone holds a baby and, you know, they'll take care of it. They'll nurture it. You've got trust. Everything's going to be okay. Thomas Partey brings that self-confidence and he exudes that confidence to the Arsenal fans. Pepe played with lead in his feet for some of the game and he's been criticised, and rightly so. But here's the thing, at the end of the day, when we need a goal or we need an opportunity, he's there. He makes it happen, which is why he should start. Because he could be rubbish for 45 minutes of the game, but he can make something happen in a minute. And he did that again today. Was Thomas Partey, Pepe, and then Aubameyang. And of course we got lucky with the goal. But we've talked about that already. Let's embrace it. We've been wanting that for so long. I will say one thing, and something we need to be very, very careful of. Saka is not immune to criticism. He's a national treasure now for England, Saka. And he's a national treasure, double down on that for the Arsenal. But he needs to improve his play in the final third, his passing in the final third. He needs to score more goals. He and Emile Smith-Rowe had chances to bury the game at the very end, and both of them need to work on that. Saka needs to improve his finishing. He needs to score more goals. Now, I'm not ragging on Saka, but all I'm saying is that we can't mollycoddle him. We expect more from him now. And there's no doubt that he's going to be a sensational play for us going forward this season, and we're going to rely on him so much, and he's going to deliver. But we've got to be really careful about just enabling him. I don't want to do that. I don't want him to be the guy on the unicorn in the pool that everyone just pats on the back. No. Saka is the future of this club. And with that comes the necessity to improve game on game. And I expect that from him going forward. So look, it's not perfect. Arteta, for me, is probably still not the guy who's going to end up taking this particular team forward, but he might be, he might not be. Look at Man United. They had to go through Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, and now they're with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They too had to replace a legendary manager. And it might not be that Arteta's the guy, because Emery wasn't. We may go through another couple managers, but the most important thing today was that we won. And at the end of the day, those 3 points are going to give us a bit of confidence and a bit of momentum going into our game against Burnley. And for those who wanted Thomas Partey to start and are killing Arteta, again, I don't like the guy. I think he's an egomaniac. I think that he has major man management issues. I think he ostracises players. I think he picks his favourites. But today, I will say that saving Partey and bringing him on later on was the right thing to do. We need Partey for Burnley, and we need him for that North London derby. So even though it wasn't perfect today, we didn't create enough chances and we weren't super clinical, we got the 3 points. And remember, we were rock bottom of the Premier League. One of my mates called me and said, I'm watching Chelsea. This is a proper football game. This is a proper football team. And I'm like, yeah, but look where they are. They're up there and we're down there. And now what we need to do is win again. Be consistent. Be competitive. Keep going, keep moving, keep improving. This is the reality of Arsenal Football Club. And this is what we can't accept as fans, but it is what it is. So let's hope that we can build on this momentum. Our Achilles heel has been being consistent. So let's hope that we can ride this wave and these players can stay fit and we can improve on what we did today. Even though it wasn't great, as we go forward, it can be a little bit better. Thanks for listening. Take care. And you know what? At the end of the day, be happy because our team won.